Married at First Sight, Chicago. I'm Anastasia.
And I'm Elijah.
So this episode wasn't too bad. I mean, we got past the weddings and started to get to at least the receptions and their first entry into their hotel room for their, you know, first wedding night.
I mean, I probably wasn't looking at it that much. I'm gonna be honest with you. The show seemed a little boring.
Yeah.
And this last episode, I think it wasn't much going on. We expected that final wedding. We got it, and that's all I saw up until maybe we got to the point of the end where we saw the coming up. But the rest of the show, kind of dull.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't as boring as the last episode, in my opinion, but it still wasn't. Yeah, but this one it still wasn't, all that captivating. I would say that the biggest thing was the preview of what's going to happen this season. But I appreciated a slight little change that they did with having the family pictures right after the wedding. I thought that was a good opportunity for people to meet each other and kind of just like dig right into it. I also felt like so far this season, they keep saying, "This is what I asked for. You are who I asked for." Yes, I asked for a blonde and I got a blonde and blue. Like it's very intentional. Like the producers are trying to speak to us and say, no, this is what they said they asked for.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Like I wanted a black man who wanted a black woman.
Yeah.
And, I can definitely see all that happening.
Very, very detailed.
So they were trying to say that they gave them who they wanted.
Who they said they wanted. Yes. And I think that's probably more of a CYA.
Okay.
All right.
So any other thought? I mean, obviously we saw the most recent wedding. What was their name?
David?
Michelle and David.
Michelle and David, yeah.
So with Michelle and David, attraction. How did you feel about the level of attraction? The first thing when he first saw her, she first saw him. What did you first get?
Yeah, I thought their whole exchange was very lighthearted and fun. He was very, very clearly pleased about her physical appearance. I didn't find her very open or receptive the whole ceremony anyway, but I think she's fine. And it seemed to be what's it called? It seems like her bridesmaids were confirming that, like, you are her type, even though she didn't say it.
I think things were good up until he started talking about he lived with his parents.
Yes.
And did he say he had a job? What did he say about that?
He didn't explain well, at least the way they edited it, right?
Because he was roommates with his parents. Don't get it.
So somehow, some way, it became roommates with parents, and you can even see they cut to his dad, and who was like, roommates. That boy lived with us. Not like it really was. They made it seem like he just kind of left it there. It was a cliffhanger, and then she revisited it, and now she's upset about it. And I don't know. I don't think it would. I think it's a big deal.
Oh, the smoking. That was the other thing.
Yeah.
Right. She was definitely turned off by the smoking.
Right. And it's given two different questions. Like, how are you a casual smoker, but you got to work to quit smoking? Which one is it?
Correct. Because if you know you got a problem smoking,
right,
then you probably shouldn't smoke.
Right.
That's my thought. But I ain't never been a smoker, so I don't even know what that's like. So I can't say anything to
And his mama's cancer survivor. And so literally does not smoke around his family. So it's like, you know better. But
so he can just
sometimes you know better, but
it's okay for him just to stop,
Yeah.
But he said he's working on it. I guess you got to start somewhere.
And I do appreciate his honesty, right? Like, he just came with it. At least the way they edited it.
He shouldn't have come with it directly. He probably should have held back a little bit, let him get somewhere, and then talk about his living situation and all this other stuff. He simply came out, hey, let's go ahead and get married. We married now. And let me tell you about these problems I got.
Sure.
Let me just bring up, this other. I mean, the show is based off of that concept, of course. But let me tell you about these problems that I have. These problems with smoking. I don't. Why is he living with his parents?
He clarifies he has two jobs.
He has two jobs.
He had a condo and decided to sell that condo 3 years ago and move in with his parents. And just never and he was like, well, why would I leave just to be home alone doing these things by myself when I can do these things here with them and still be close to family? That's kind of how he explained it. So I get it. I understand it. Like, they have strong bonds, right? Like, he self-proclaimed mama's boy. So I'm not really surprised that he chose to live there. I mean, culturally, right? Probably some of that resonates, right? Like multi-generational households and stuff like that. It's just a little different, but he's still giving Playboy vibes on top of that. So it doesn't help the situation.
I don't know if he gave Playboy.
He's giving...
I'm playing
on this TV show.
He's giving bum.
Okay.
Like
I give you
that's
that.
all.
I give
So
you
so
that.
and then of course the hair situation with me, of course. You know, he had the bun in, he looked like the genie, as she said,
As she
slicked up,
said,
and then he
yep.
took it out and then he just I don't know why he got it pointing towards the front.
I
That's the
don't
part I think
know.
that
He just,
bothers me is why do you have it like in the front, just
yeah,
flinging
it's
out
a little
there? It
weird.
seems unnecessary.
It's just
But I don't
very
want to
much
talk
so.
about him anymore. What about Camille and Thomas?
I see why people think they're the couple of the.
Camille and Thomas.
Yes, I don't. I right now I feel like the
Mm,
worst thing she said. Okay, maybe we jump on that a little bit ahead to the preview of the season. But the worst thing she said was, "Oh, it's missing a little swag." Right? They didn't have them blowing up at each other. They didn't have them.
I can see that.
I think they are, and she keeps saying it's a safe space. Like they acknowledge the physical, they're
So
physically
he's a safe
attracted.
space.
Yes,
I can definitely see that
and
with her.
I think she knows that that's what she needs, and is
She's going to
therefore
get my thing. I think she's going to get bored with him. That's my problem.
maybe in the
And
long
in the long
haul.
haul,
In
what
the
I
long
mean is,
haul,
it's not. It may make it through the end of the season, be fine. I think at a certain point, there's going to be this boredom. Like you know what, he's not doing it. He's
right?
not doing it for me. I want more. I want somebody that makes me want it. And he just ain't gonna be that person in the
Yeah,
long haul. Like you know, that's what I'm saying. But at the end
potentially.
of this season, they can probably survive,
Yeah, I think they'll
and
be fine.
it's possible she can get along with him. But you
So
know,
he had
he's a chill dude, and that's not a problem. It's just that he's a chill dude, and I don't know if she's about that life.
but I think it's also one of those things where you're seeing that some people are know they are getting what they need and not necessarily what they want or they're used to. And I think
Mm.
that's what it is with the swag thing. Like, okay, so yeah, maybe all the prayer guys she
I
had
don't.
had swag,
I think swag is something that's attractive.
but
Like
maybe
you
that's
like,
not how she.
hey, this person makes me want them. Like
But
that's what that means.
this is how
It's
they
essentially
edited
saying
it,
that you
though.
have no sex appeal.
But okay, but that's how they edited it. We don't know what else was said before or after
Okay.
that one little
Now,
sentence.
is he also the one that mentioned the cheating
Yes,
situation?
yes,
I mean,
yes.
that's coming up, or did he say that
No,
already?
he had already said he said that to the bridesmaids.
Oh,
When he
okay.
explained the situation to her one on one,
I,
he did not mention
I
cheat.
heard it, but I didn't know what
Yes,
context it
he
came
had
in.
told them, and then of course they went back and told her. And but he put some more context to it. It was the end of a relationship. He should have just got out.
Mm,
He didn't want to be there anymore.
mm,
And then he went to counseling afterwards. So
mm.
she felt, at least the way they edited it, you always have to put that caveat in there. It seemed like she understood. He had grown, he matured, he learned his lesson. It is what it is. So yeah,
Okay.
yeah, we'll
All right.
see.
Madison and Allen.
Um, I mean, I think she acknowledged that he is not her normal physical type again. So
Hold
you
on.
have that situation.
She said that he's not the normal physical type.
Right, but
She said that.
she said that, but
Okay.
she also said that she understands why they were put together.
Mm.
So I don't think it appears to be that big of a deal. I think there's probably going to be other things that add on top of that that make him go out and throw mugs and need hugs. Remember, this couple seems to be previewing some grimy stuff from the preview.
Interesting.
And I can see how it could get there.
Yeah, I want to see where that goes. I don't know much about them.
Yeah.
But Carla and Juan. Now, first off, they smashed easily.
Yeah, she was way lovey dovey.
I'm sleeping naked today. I hope you do as well. And we're probably going to do some things.
Yes.
And he was singing and rapping. He thought he was Drake for a second. But he had a guitar.
He had the guitar, but he
playing instruments.
He should just play the guitar.
That's what I thought. I was like, why is he trying to put lyrics on top of this?
He should not sing.
Because he came in there, and then he can rap better than he can sing, though. I thought the rap game was a bit much. I was like, okay. I mean, not much. I thought the singing was a bit much.
Yeah.
But he was definitely doing a lot.
Yeah, I mean,
but it seemed like she was there for it.
She was.
Not my thing. She was there for it. She was there for all of it. All of that, give it to me. I want the singing, the dancing, the music, all of it. The rapping, and he knew it.
And now
he got the draws.
Yes. They most definitely consummated that relationship.
With the song. Maybe the song worked.
I don't think it mattered.
It didn't matter. You're right. Okay. She was gonna throw down that night as soon as she saw him.
So
and she fell in love.
Yeah,
that first day.
With this, they preview some maybe her quitting her job and him saying again that's how
I
it's
mean,
edited.
she said. I mean, she definitely quit because I can tell because she's that kind of personality. She said, "Look,
Yeah, she said
I just
money.
go with the wind. It is
Yes,
what it
she's
is.
like money will come to me
It will
whenever it
come
needs
to
to
me
be.
whenever it
It's
needs to
just
come.
a
I'm not
thing.
stressing about nothing.
Yeah.
Like we pushing forward, and you gonna figure it out because I already figured it out, and I figured out that I don't care.
Right.
So now you gonna figure it out.
Right. And I think
Okay.
he's here for some of that, but he's not here for all of
I
that.
think
Like,
he's trying to plan a future, and she's definitely like on this young freedom thing. I ain't gonna say young. It's just this freedom personality right
yeah, I
now. Like
think
I'm doing whatever. I don't care. I'm not stressing about this. Maybe she lived a life of stress, and she said, "I'm not stressing no more."
yeah.
And I know this stuff stresses me out. So whenever a job stresses me out, I'm gonna just leave. I ain't got time for the foolishness. It's very
Well,
possible.
it is.
Some
It
people
is.
like that.
It is. But I guess we'll have to see.
Mm.
All right. Now, and
Ikechi.
Ikechi.
Mhm.
Ikechi?
I think it's Ikechi.
Okay. All right. I loved the pianist and the soloist coming in. I didn't necessarily love him interjecting his little adverb to it, but I still like that gesture that it brought. Because him adding it in just kind of it felt like it put a layer of thickness that was already being laid from the poetry and the writing the
Yeah, I think
book and stuff. It
he's
was
doing
just
a
a little
lot.
too much.
He's doing a lot. Like
Yeah.
he's like, yeah, I'm this. He's trying to sound like he's this poetic. Like he's pushing it too
Yeah.
hard. Like you don't got to push it this hard. You can be poetic and write books and things, but you ain't got to be pushing it every 5 seconds on
Right.
somebody. Like, and he's doing too much. Like
I
I don't
thought
know why he's doing that. It
I,
ain't called for really.
I don't know, but this is the second time trying to be on the show.
Yeah, it could be clout.
I feel like the way they were interacting at the wedding was okay. It still wasn't. I wasn't convinced that he was feeling her 100%.
Mm.
Like I feel like there's. I feel like who was it? From Nashville. His name is not Adonis. Adarius, something like that. With the girl who had jacked up teeth and then she got them fixed afterwards. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Because she was on the preview for the show too. Yes, I feel like that where it's like, oh yeah, you cool, you all right. He's just kind of smiling and going through the motions or whatever. Like that's kind of how I feel. I don't feel like feel like she's all right. I feel like he's just not vibing.
At them too much, to be honest with you. So I don't know what
they had a lot going on. They had a lot going on. I appreciated her cousin for stepping in and truly drilling him in a way that made sense and got to some of what his intentions may be. He still gave textbooks answers though, so who really knows? But
did they have anything in the coming up? I felt like I saw them.
That's the one where on the honeymoon, she was
yeah,
the big spoon.
Ignoring. Oh, she's big spoon.
Remember? Yeah, she was the big spoon. And then and then later at some point at the group dinner, she was like, I've been calling you and texting you for 2 days. Yeah.
See, so my theory on that, I said it yesterday. My theory on that, I think I said something along the line of, yes, he might not be attractive, but I think she might be trying to, have sex in the marriage, and he's going to be a little more out of touch with that. But it reminds me, in that situation, I don't know where it's going to go because Jeff D had that problem, right? With Shanice. So he had that problem where he's like, no, I don't want to do that right now. We're chilling, and she's just hopping on him. And he's like, nah. And then she thought it was an attraction, but he's just like, I'm a little slower.
It could be.
So I don't know how to take that any longer because of the Jeff D situation.
Right, because on the flip side, you have the Nashville couple where he wasn't trying to do nothing either, but it was attraction to him at the end of the day. So
with this dude, it's possible attraction, possible he's trying to get on the show. Obviously, he's going into, based on what we saw with the coming up, she got upset at the table because she said, I've been calling and texting. He like, you ain't calling text nobody.
Man,
that to
liar,
me, now he definitely seemed like he was, she seemed like she was telling the truth.
Yes.
So that goes back to the other guy where the other situation where they were on the plane and remember he said like we're gonna have sex and we ain't like do this.
Oh, Michael
was special. So it kind of reminds me of that where like this guy is just a obituary liar. So he could be a obituary liar. But that's the situation with that. But I'm curious to see where he goes. I thought they were good at first, didn't I? I think I said this would be the one. Now I'm not so much.
Yeah, even
I don't know what happened.
I mean, they could be, but I feel like there's something
there. The way that
just like Michelle,
the way they were lying, like he talking about you ain't touched my sheep. That
Yeah.
I don't know if you're
It's
coming
like,
out of that. That's that usually y'all mad and I ain't even about to admit to being
right,
wrong.
because you're playing in my face
Because
right
yeah, he
now.
did that, and then the other girl did that as well.
Hmm.
Where were they? They were at some spot, and they had gotten married. The one girl, I forgot her name, and he wouldn't sleep in a room or something. What season? And they were like camping, and
Yeah, I
oh
know
yeah,
you're talking about.
he met with he met with Val Chow, something like that. And he had the Asian girl afterward, Mika, something like
Me,
that.
no, Mika was Michael.
Oh yeah, it was some girl. What was
Yeah.
the one where he left the show and then he started dating some the Asian girl that was on the show?
um, you're not talking about Boston. You talking about Boston?
I don't know,
Uh,
but
I don't
nonetheless,
remember.
that was a good
If
season
y'all
where
remember, let us
he
know.
was lying as well. And these lying dudes, you ain't coming out of lying.
Yeah.
Not when you committed to your lie like the way they are. These
Right.
guys get on these shows and they start lying and they
Right.
committed to it
Right.
and be
They
like, you
double
did. They
down.
double down, they triple
Hmm.
down. No, it never happened, et cetera, and then
Yep.
they just continuously lie. And I ain't never seen nobody come out of that situation. It always goes downhill from here. So because I saw it now, I'm like, that's downhill. So
Right.
that's my take on them, nonetheless.
Well, we'll have the honeymoon coming up next. We got a good preview. We got a little preview of the honeymoons and the whole season. So we'll have to see if where we thinking this is tracking actually turns out. So let us know your thoughts, your comments. Let us know what you think. And that wraps up this episode.
All right, see you guys later.